I mean, there's been probably three major turning points, if you like, in my professional career. One long before I was a professional, when I was 7 years old, and I grew up in a little town called Paraparaumu in New Zealand, and the local newspaper, Cavity Observer, was giving out little vouchers that you had to collect to win a prize. Mum and Dad collected those vouchers. We won second prize, and it was an encyclopedia of the world. And that, more than any professional experience, more than anything apart from the birth of my children, has had the most profound experience, changing turning point on my entire life, because from a little town in New Zealand, I devoured that book. Over the next 4 or 5 years, I would just read it cover to cover, time and time again. It changed my perspective of what the world looked like, of my ambitions for my life. I'm in the UK, I've been here 20 years. I can put that down to that encyclopedia and the winning of that prize. So that shaped my entire life. Going to university at 23, I left school very early, 15, 16, went to university at 23. That again changed my life because it opened up so many more doors and opportunities for me. And then, as I said, the new P&L, I experienced a series of very unethical, or was a recipient of a large series of unethical events in an agency I ran at the time. It had a very profound change impact on my personal and professional life. And that's when the new P&L was born. And then, as I said earlier, it's just about thinking there's got to be more kindness, more principles, and better leadership in business. And although it took me a few years to find the vehicle for the new P&L, it fundamentally changed the way I went about my own business, the way I dealt with people, looked for people, worked with people in business. And what's been wonderful about the last year of the new P&L is uncovering how much kindness there is in business. We have this impression of how tough and cruel the business world is. Actually, it probably is an element, but you start opening the door and knocking on the door and asking people for help, and it's remarkable how much kindness exists just beneath the surface if you just scratch a little bit and ask. It's remarkable what comes back to you, and that's been the most wonderful revelation of the last 12 months. Not only have I launched something that has that at its heart, but actually the giving and the generosity and the kindness that's come to me as a result has been unbelievable.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. And I feel like you've given us a bonus there, because you've almost summarized 3 key learning points for yourself, and the opening up of your hunger for knowledge and exploration, which came through that encyclopedia. But then also at the end there, the turning point when you set up the new P&L and that whole element around kindness. I think there's something there. What you're making me reflect on is it's what we focus on. If we focus on things that are unkind, that's what we'll see. But if we focus on the kindness and the support that we get within business, that's also what we see. And I suppose I like to think that human nature, and we as human beings, there's generally more good in us than there is bad.
Yes.
And let's, particularly through these difficult times, focus on the things that are good. And it's wonderful to hear. That's a lovely share about the whole kindness in business. So thank you for that.
Pleasure.
So